live in the tasting bothy. Good evening,
Yeah.
Clark. Welcome
Hello,
to the
Wal.
tasting bothy, mate.
Well, thank you very much. It's nice to be here again.
Good. Had a good week. Can't believe it's a week since the last one.
Oh, how about that, eh?
So firstly, I'll just put a slight apology in that we're running a wee bit late with a couple of technical issues to start with, so we didn't get on at 7:30 as we'd hoped to, but we're here now.
Yeah.
Hopefully it hasn't put anybody off that wanted to join us and wonder where we were. But tonight we have one that you've supplied for us, the
That's
Glenfiddich
right.
apple experiment.
It's an orchard experiment, yeah. It's an orchard experiment, is what it is.
Oh, an orchard. I've called it an apple experiment. I will change that, and I can do that. I can edit this. So let me hide my wee ticker. Change that there. And I'll do this as we're doing it.
Good idea.
It's see that? That's the wonders of modern science.
Isn't it brilliant, isn't
Change
it?
it to the orchard experiment.
There we go. That's how kind of how
Yes.
it looks.
And this one is the Pomona, is it?
Yes, that's right. Pomona Spirit Cask, it says.
Right.
Somerset Pomona Spirit Casks. 43%.
How many, what was I going to say? Do you know how many are in the range of the orchard experiment, Clark?
Haven't a clue. I have no idea.
No, you didn't need to have an answer for me.
This is the only one I've seen. Yeah, it doesn't say anything at all. Here, I can see about that.
So we'll see if there's anything else. So I'm presuming that the orchard experiment, they're using various apple cask type stuff to do that.
Well, it says, well, maybe, unless it's just a one-off. Although it is.
I'm sure I read somewhere that there was Scottish apples used somewhere.
Right, it says here experimental series number 5. So
number
maybe
5. Right. Okay. Well, there's a start for us.
It's a start.
So there may at least be 5 for all we know.
There could be, and that'd be a reasonable assumption to make. Right, good.
Well, looking at the, you've obviously gave me a dram, but you've obviously had a couple of drams yourself. Looking at the bottle.
What makes you say that? Well, I put one in a wee bottle to give to my brother when I see him, because it was him that gave me it. He gave me that for my Christmas.
Right. Right. Yes.
So if he happens to be listening, there's some in a wee bottle for you.
He's not joined us yet, but he'll probably pick up on it later on and review it when we get there.
Yep, you might. Yep. Now I'll put that down so I'm not so distracted.
It's very light in colour, Clark.
Very light in colour, yes. Now, not an age statement, it doesn't say how old the thing is at all, so take from that what you want, but.
And you're not in the wee bottle for me, you gave me 43% ABV.
It is, that's right.
Now the first thing I'll say is how oily it is on the glass. The way it coats the glass, it is very, very oily.
Yeah. See that?
So I don't know if that's just, well, until we taste it, if it's oily, or if that's just because of the natural sugars that's in it.
I don't know.
So we'll have a wee nose at this. We'll find out a wee bit about it. Does it tell us, is it being finished in this Pomona cask? Or is it matured in it?
It just says finished.
Finished in a Pomona spirit cask. And do we know what a Pomona is? Do I need to Google that?
I have no idea.
Is Pomona a type of apple?
That was my thinking, because that's an interesting question. I was in an orchard, I'm thinking it's an apple, but you're right, it could be something else. Oh, it says it's complementing the delicate sweetness of Somerset apples. So they are apples. There you go.
Right. So Cox's Pomona. It's a dual purpose apple. It can be eaten and it can be cooked.
And
I found that out just by having a wee quick Google at that there. And obviously you get cider for that.
Aye. Well, that's
interesting. Interesting. So let's get a wee nose at this, Clark. Let's have a wee nose and see where we are. I'm expecting apples.
And you get apples. And funny enough, you do get apples.
You also get a little bit of pear in there as well.
Aye. Mm-hmm.
It's quite fruity, Clark.
Oh, yeah, it is that.
And it's also got a little bit of a spiciness to it, because my nose, it's tingling with a... This is really unusual, because I'm used to nosing and tasting stuff that have been in bourbon casks and sherry casks. Yes. But we've got nothing like that. There's nothing to tell us what it is. Just that it was finished in a Pomona spirit cask.
That's right. So we can take it for granted it started off in an oak cask of some description.
It's been in an oak cask. It could be that it's where the apples have been fermented, or the barrels of where apples have been maybe fermented to make cider, or where they've taken the cider and put it in a cask itself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need to do some more research on this, because that's really nice in the nose. Very light, very fruity.
It is. It's lovely, isn't it?
You get apples, you get pears, you get that citrusy, lemony note to it, and there's a wee bit hint of caramel and vanilla there.
Yes.
So again, it might suggest to me that the cask is an American oak cask, as opposed to the European oak cask. Just because of its lightness and its fruitiness and that little vanilla caramel note that's there. Nice on the nose, very light in the nose. I like that. It's lovely and fruity. This reminds me of maybe a white wine that you would have, one of these kind of dessert white wines that you would get.
Yes.
I would have it a barbecue during the summer.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Aye, isn't it just
got that kind of light Chardonnay type note to it? Aye, we'll have a wee taste of it, Clark. Spoken and nobody knows enough. Slams to you.
Cheers.
It's quite heavy in the mouth.
It is, yes.
It's that oily. It's quite thick and meaty.
It really coats inside your mouth, doesn't it?
It really does. But like I said, when you put it in, it's quite heavy. You've got quite a heavy mouth feel. It's quite thick and syrupy, but not too thick and syrupy, if you know what I mean. There's a wee bit of... There's sweet, but there's a little bit of heat there as well.
That's it. Once you've swallowed it, that's it.
I'm left with a kind of cideriness on the finish.
Yes.
This is strange. It's like lemonade. It's like, do you know an old-fashioned lemonade? I'm sure if you added like a soda to this, you could actually, it would be like lemonade.
Yeah.
And if I suck my tongue in my mouth, it's just apples.
It is, isn't it? It's like a big mouthful of apple crumble or something like that, isn't it?
That's amazing. It really is. This is actually very nice.
It's a really, really nice whiskey. I was really impressed with it.
I mean, this is what I like about having drams with ourselves. It's not necessary you got this for your birthday. It's not something I would necessarily, if I was walking past the shelf, went, I'll buy one of them. But see now I've tasted it. If I was walking by a shelf, I might actually pick up a bottle of this. It really is. It's very, very nice. Quite rich and creamy, actually.
Yes, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's a lovely jam. I really like it.
I quite like that spiciness on my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a wee bit of heat when you breathe in and hold that there over you.
Yeah.
It's also, it's a strange taste in there. It's like rose petals or something. It's sweet, but there's something.
The wee kind of floral.
I love it. I think it's a great dram.
Great jam. I think it's great. I think my little brother did awfully well here.
Yes. Well, your little big brother.
I'm a big little brother. That's the one.
Oh, aye. Aye. Ron, I know you're not on here, but I'm going to commend you and say well done. This is a lovely dram. This is well chosen. It's went well. It's went down well in the tasting bothy tonight, anyway.
Sure has. I love it.
I'm not going to add any water to this because it's just nice as it is. You know, I get a strange. This is strange. I've now got a strange soapiness in my mouth. Not an unpleasant soapiness. And I think it's the texture. No, I'm saying it's quite oily and meaty on the in the palate.
Yes. Yep, yep,
It's left me with like I've got it's causing me to salivate, and it's like having a soapiness in your mouth. That sounds like it's distasteful, or you wouldn't want to drink it. But I didn't mean it that way. I just don't know any other way to describe it. It's coating my mouth and my tongue, and it's leaving me with a. The only way I can describe it, soapy. It's just the only way I can describe
it. I tasted this first with Murray, a friend of mine, in January, and he was taking with this as well. He said this was a cracking dram. So there we go. Everybody seems to like it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's got everything that you would want to have in a dram. It's very pleasant on the nose, light, fresh, airy.
Yeah.
On the palate, you've got that fullness of body in the mouth. It's really kind of oily. It fills the mouth. It feels quite heavy on the taste, on the palate.
Yeah.
It's got loads of apples and pears and that kind of ginger spiciness that you get. Yet you've got citrusy, lemony type stuff going on there. And really, I'm blown away by this. I'm blown away with it.
Me too. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah. And the finish is quite short, Clark. You get it as soon as you've swallowed it. You get that apple hit, and then that's really it. It's got a bit of a dryness to it. It leaves you kind of dry at the end. That's kind of, but it is like a kind of cider. It's because it's got all that. It's got all that going on.
Yeah.
You know, I would take this as being like a lowland malt, not a Highlander Speyside malt, just because of the way it is.
It's very soft, isn't it? Very soft.
It is. It's very soft, very light, very floral, quite fruity. So you got that fruitiness, the floral, a little bit of woodiness, but nothing offensive at all in it.
Not at all. No.
Well done, Ron. Well done. Well done, Ron. Wow. This is one for left field. The orchard experiment. This leads us, Clark, into finding out what bottles 1, 2, 3, and 4 are like.
Well,
if we've got number 5.
I know.
My mind works in that kind of way. If we're having number 5, we need to find out what 1, 2, 3, and 4 are like. Then we could set Ron a challenge and finding his bottles 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Find the 4 and buy them.
Well, I wasn't suggesting that would push him that far. He could get bottles 1 and 3, and we'll get 2 and 4.
I've just had a text from him just now saying
Yeah.
fantastic, he says. So he must be watching somewhere.
Right. Well, if he was on YouTube, he should be able to put a message in, because Tony's just joined us as usual. Here's Anthony in for Wales.
Right. Mm-hmm. As long as I haven't missed it all. That's just joining us.
Just a couple dropped in there just now, so I presume the other one is your wee brother, Thingman is. But this is a lovely dram. We'll go back through that again. It's a lovely. It is a cidery, golden cidery colour.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It really coats the glass. That was the first thing I noticed. Not a lot of legs in it, but certainly the nose is very powerful. Lovely apples, pears, light, fresh citrusiness. I love that in it. I'm going to score that quite well, Clark.
Yeah, well, me too. I've scored it.
Right, and on the palate, the taste of it, it's the fullness. It's that bit when you take it in your mouth, it just fills your mouth. It really makes it feel like you've got it's as if you've bit into a juicy apple, to be honest with you. You're left with it.
Aye.
Yeah, your mouth's full of that. I really am taken with the whole lot of it.
And no sharpness at all like you get from an apple run. It's very soft.
But then you're getting that vanilla and pear, kind of pear droppy thing with it.
That's it. Apple and crumble, that's what we got.
And it's a bit like a lemonade, like what I said. I think if you added a kind of spritzer to that, like a tonic or something, it would give you like a lemonade, because it's got all that appley, citrusy kind of stuff going on, the vibe behind it. It's good. It's good. Anyway, let's score it, Clark.
Come on then.
Oh, am I going? Is it me?
Come on then.
I have scored it 90.
Very good. Well, I like it more than you.
Out of 10. Eh?
I like it
you
more
like
than
it
you.
more than me.
Yeah, I've given it 96 because I think this is a superb dram. I love this.
I'm glad.
And there's no many I do that with, but I love this. I think it's a great dram.
Goodness, this could be your dram of the year already. We're only into February, Clark.
It could well be. Maybe I've overscored it. I don't know, but just the way I'm enjoying it just now, I think this is a lovely dram. And I thought the last time I had it with Murray a few weeks ago, I thought it was we both said the same. We thought it was a fabulous dram. So well done, Glenfiddich.
Aye, definitely. It's worth the purchase. It's worth going out and getting. I certainly, like I said, if I'd been walking along through one of the supermarkets and saw it on the shelf, I might not have reached for it. My Fiddichs, I tend to like 18s and 21-year-olds. But I wouldn't maybe necessarily go for a non-age statement. And the orchard experiment might not care. I think the word experiment kind of worries me. We'll just try this out. We'll have a wee experiment.
So we're not quite sure if it's any good or not.
so that would kind of worry me. But now, if I'm walking about there, I would give it a go.
I'm just sitting here enjoying this.
Anthony's telling me here 12 in the IPA experiment. We've done the IPA. I think we did the Glenfiddich IPA before. Definitely did an IPA. I can't remember which one it was. So the IPA experiment and a 15-year-old distillery edition. That's his full Glenfiddich list. That's what he's got.
All right. Good.
So if you've not got an orchard experiment, Anthony, go and get yourself a wee bottle of this, because this is lovely.
It's a smashing. I think I've got that. I've got the IPA experiment downstairs in the cupboard. I'm sure I've got that one. We must have did that.
I'm sure we reviewed it last year at some point. You gave me a wee dram of that to go.
Maybe did I?
To try.
It's maybe longer ago than that, actually.
Possibly. We've had that many, Clark.
I know.
We must be well into the 200 to 300s by now.
I have no idea. Because
we normally manage roughly about 100 a year.
Aye, something like that.
So
I could happily go another 200 or 300. That's not a problem.
I know. I need to find out what the Guinness World Record is for drams in a year.
No, I've not done that, I don't think.
I'm not sure our two good ladies would allow us.
No, I'm sure there's
fun and merriment.
Such fun
and merriment to go through to go for a Guinness World Record of drams.
Far too much fun for two guys.
We need people to send me whiskey in because I'm not sure Jennifer would be allowing me to buy too much more.
Well. But, as long as she allows you to buy some more, that's all right.
Well, that's a shame because it's finished.
It's not finished.
It's not finished for you. No, you've got 3/4 of a bottle left. Yes, that's one for you to take to the caravan, Clark, as a suggestion to you.
Well, it will not last long in the caravan. That's the only thing.
No, because normally I'm with you that weekend as well, so that would go in really quickly.
And if James is with us as well, it's even worse. It'll disappear all the quicker.
Well, aye, that's very true. So, no, but that's been good, Clark. I've thoroughly enjoyed our evening again. That's went in quite well. We chat, we dram. Can't complain at that. Ladies will be quite happy because we've managed to accomplish what we're looking for in about 30 minutes, like we normally do. So we'll be back next week. We'll decide.
Hopefully.
Am I choosing or are you choosing? Will I choose next week?
That was my choice. So.
Right. Well, let me. I went off camera for a second because I've got your wee box here, Clark.
Right, sweet. Oh, we're good for another one of them, are we?
Well, I think so. So we've got there's two people on. There's one typing, Anthony's typing. The Devon 10-year-old Highland single malt, 40%. We have the Deacon blended Scotch, 40% by Pernod Ricard. And we also have Lilishig, the Rioja cask finish. So if you want me to repeat them again, Anthony, which one would you like us to do next week? Which one would you like us to have a go at? So I'll read them out to you again. The Lishig, or Lishig, Rioja cask finish, 46.3%. The Devon 10-year-old Highland single malt, or the Deacon blended. I went back the wrong way. You said the third one. So you'd like me to do the Lishik Rioja cask. So Clark, next week.
I'm good for that.
All right, we're up.
Right.
The choice of Anthony Summit. No ourselves, this is great because then we've got an independent saying to us, this is the one we're going to do. So I will post it today. I will go and get the stuff. We'll post it. But next Sunday evening, the 29th.
All doing well.
No, it's the 1st of March, Clark. It's only 28 days this year. Come on. It'll be the 2nd of March. So the 2nd of March. I did change the order. You're right on my second read through, but it's okay. So, are you asking for the Lishik or the Devon? So you've got a Devon and a Lishig. Which one do you want? Because it wasn't the middle one. If I had to be the last one, I thought it was the Cask. Right. It's the Devon.
Oh, it's the Devon.
The Devon 10-year-old. Yes. Okay. I'll go and get my wee bottle. Yep.
Okay.
So we'll go with the Devon. That was the first one I pulled out. I'll put that one back in our wee box. We'll go with that. So we're going with a Devon 10-year-old Highland single malt at 40% ABV.
Good.
have a wee nose of this, Clark, just to see what it's like.
Oh, it's quite
interesting.
It is. It's quite a nice. It's nice to have. I tasted it.
That's quite
fairly recently. It's quite
bourbon
nice.
cask finish. So excellent. So we're going to do the Devon, chosen by Anthony Sillett. This is our very first time that we've had somebody who's been on that's chosen the dram, which is great.
Aye, good. Happy with that.
So it's out, it's ready, and we will give it a go next week. So thanks very much for joining us, Anthony. And I take it it's Big Ron that's on the other one. He's no messaging us on, so he's maybe watching it on his phone and can't message us
could be that
while he's watching it. So
but
that's fine. We will come back next week, and we're going to do the Devon 10-year-old.
Excellent.
So thanks very much again. It's good night from myself and the tasting bothy, and it's good night from.
It's good night from him. That's right.
It's good night for him and all. So we will see you all next week, guys. Drink safely, drink responsibly, and stay well. We'll see you all soon. Night, everybody. Night, Tony. Bye-bye.